Football Style. I'm your host, Ray Flowers. First number of the day, and we're talking tight ends today. The first number is 0.84, as in the number of touchdowns scored per game for his career for Rob Gronkowski. That's a pace of 13.5 touchdowns per 16 games played. Absolutely phenomenal. The greatest rate we've ever seen at the tight end position. Couple of issues, though, with Gronkowski, who will be the number one tight end off boards in fantasy games this season. Number one is the fact that Tom Brady is suspended. It's currently 4 games. Does it get reduced? How does the team utilize Gronkowski? How effective is he without Tom Brady under center? That's the first issue to consider. And the second issue is his health. Gronkowski, again, tremendous football player. Great at every aspect of the game offensively, but he's always hurt. The last 3 years, 11 games played is his average. Did see the field 15 times last year, but with all the trips to the doctor's office and the missing Tom Brady early in the season, some little concerns with the best tight end in fantasy football, Rob Gronkowski. Second number of the day is 0.73, as the number of touchdowns scored per game by Jimmy Graham. Now that's only 11.7 touchdowns per 16 games played for his career. What a slacker, Graham. Graham goes from the Saints to the Seahawks, and that's a big shift. We're used to seeing 650 passes a season from the Saints and Drew Brees. We're looking at 450 passes a season from Russell Wilson with the Seahawks. You have to think that Graham is still the red zone threat. He and Marshawn Lynch will be the guys doing all the heavy lifting down at the goal line. Very real possibility that Graham still scores double-digit touchdowns, though his receptions and yardage totals might pull back a bit from where we're used to seeing him. Maybe not. The Seahawks still have to throw the ball, and he's obviously their number one weapon. 4 straight seasons of 80 catches for Graham. Each of the last 4 seasons, 880 yards or more, 9 touchdowns or more. He's not Gronkowski, but he's awful close, and he's got a really good outlook going into 2015. Final number of the day for the last tight end is 7, as in the number of consecutive seasons that Greg Olsen has scored 5 times. Not a big number, 5 touchdowns, but there's a lot of consistency there, and we don't see that at the tight end position that frequently. In his 3 years in Carolina, he's averaged 75 catches, 888 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Last year, at his first 1,000-yard season, you've got Kelvin Benjamin out wide, and then there's some questions. Still, not exactly the depth that you'd like to see for Cam Newton to throw the ball to. Got to expect Greg Olsen have yet another strong season. Again, 75 catches, 888 yards, 6 touchdowns, his average the last 3 seasons. No reason to think that he falls below those marks in 2015. You've been listening to the Big 3, Football Style, at FantasyAlarm.com. Don't forget to visit us at FantasyAlarm.com for not just our football, but also our baseball and basketball coverage. Thanks for listening.